joined by two members of SOHLER. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. Hiya. I'm Wil. I'm the lead singer, and I'm also joined by Sam Sutton.
I can introduce myself, Wil. I'm a fully grown man.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Samuel Sutton, and I am the drummer for SOHLER.
Yeah. So we've spoken before. On my last show, the Other Rock show, I interviewed the finalists of Warwick's Battle of the Bands. These guys were there. So you mentioned Computer when we did that interview. What made you decide to choose Computer as your debut single?
It was always the comments that we had from the final and sort of people talking about Battle of the Bands. Computer was always one that was pinpointed or picked out in judges' comments and stuff. And I think we all thought it was probably the most accessible of our songs, really.
Yeah.
It's the most indie, definitely. I'm looking forward to the other singles, actually. I think the next single, which we heard we heard the first mix yesterday. That one's going to be a bit of a shock for some people, but I'm really excited to get that one out.
How so? How is it going to be a shock?
Oh, it's just a bit heavier. This one's a bit more, in your face.
Yeah.
If you will.
And it's it still obviously it still follows the sound of Computer. It's still very much us.
Yeah, I'll come back to that a little bit later. But in terms of Computer itself, what's the song about? What inspired the lyrical content of that song?
Well, we've got the wrong people here, really, because Eden wrote the lyrics.
Yeah. Eden's too shy, though, to talk to anyone,
Yeah.
so he hides away.
He's inside. We don't let him out very often.
Where is he? In your basement?
Speaking from my understanding of the lyrics and having spoken to Eden about them quite extensively in the end.
Are you looking up the meaning now? What are you doing?
I am just looking at the notes now to make sure that I'm not getting anything wrong.
You should have revised, Wil.
I should have.
What have you been doing?
I should have.
It's an interview, not an exam. Don't worry.
Well, Sam's turned up like it's a job interview. He's wearing a suit and tie.
Yeah, well, I've done my research.
My understanding is Computer is about degradation of the individual, and it's to be worn down through sort of experience. It sort of sounds like it's a bit of a love song and a bit of a relationshipy sort of song. There's the lyrics about heart in there and stuff like that, but it isn't really about that. It's more about personal emotions and loss and dealing with that, feeling like you are just a machine, you're just going through the motions sort of thing. So that's my understanding of it. It's less a love song and more a very pessimistic view on humanity.
What was it like to record that song?
Yeah, it's been a while in the making. We've done sort of Eden and Rarish have been doing bass parts and guitar parts for a while now in sort of bedroom recordings and stuff like that. And
quite often you do it all in the studio, whatever, kind of all get it done, or you go in and do just one song and kind of bash out in one session in the studio, whereas this has been incredibly drawn out.
Yeah. I said it was quite nice and you said it was painfully drawn out.
It was horrible. No.
How did it actually feel to finally release a single out into the world?
Amazing.
Like childbirth, I imagine. Easy.
I was looking at the lyric video last night. How was that made? Because I just thought it looked really professional, and like you wouldn't know it was from a band who'd only just had one song out and they weren't even on the label.
Well, speaking of professional,
it was nothing to do with Sam.
It was everything to do with me. I don't know if you can tell from my suit, but I'm an incredibly professional man, and this was a video that I produced single-handedly, actually, with all of my skills. It all kind of started with I did like the album art as well, everything. So I have all the art for that, which I can just kind of reformat to be in. I'm just showing off a bit. Obviously, the song's called Computer, so I thought let's have like it's looking like you're typing it into a computer or whatever with the little flashing cursor or whatever.
He's not a university student for nothing.
It's all paid off.
It's all up there. We've got the EP and the next single cover art sorted as well, and it's really cool. I'm really looking forward to people seeing them as well. A lot of the feedback that we had from bloggers and from just people sending us messages or whatever was that they loved the cover art. So he did a good job there.
Yes, you did. And in terms of that EP, which I'm guessing Computer might be on, when can we expect to be able to hear that?
Well, given our rate of putting things out,
hopefully the EP will be out later in the summer. I'd say July, most likely. But I think we'll still try for June. It's just depending on exams, really, because obviously Eden's still got exams, Raj still got exams, Sam's still got exams. So it's very easy for me to sit here and make plans, but I'm not the one who's actually got to do anything. So
thank you so much for coming back. It's been really great to talk to you.
No, thank you very much for having us.
You're very welcome.
It's really enjoyable. We enjoyed the last interview a lot.
I'm glad this time as well. No one's mentioned that I've eaten hair before, so that's really good that hasn't come.
Almost got away with it. It was only you in the end that could you. We're just going to try and get as much of us out there as possible and see if we can build up a bit of a following and see where it goes. We're enjoying it. We're enjoying it a lot.
That's great.